I'm curious though. Like I really wish I had a camera in the room, because I'm picturing you with your cursor on the submit button.
Yes.
And just not quite putting your finger on the button.
Getting up and doing something else.
Is that what happened?
It was killer, man. I was not happy about it. When I'm going to make this sell order, I never place sell orders. It's always a buy order. It's just
Right,
market order. So placing the sell order, I was like, what if I don't know, I could really screw this up. It seems like there's the potential to really screw this up. So I did a little Googling around on it. Make sure it's a limit order, so you basically set your price. Cause I didn't want some weird blip happening. And then all of a sudden I'm just evaporating a third of my portfolio.
Right.
And so I go, I set the thing just a little bit above where it was trading or whatever, and execute the order. And it's a large transaction. And so I was like, immediately didn't feel great about it. And then I was like, I'm going to go out for my hike. So I always go out for a hike kind of middle of the day, and I'm on my hike and I'm like, did I put the decimal point in the right place?
Oh, no.
It's the difference between, it was a pretty big number that I would have walked away from if I put the decimal point in the wrong place. And so here I am at the middle of nowhere, freaking out about this, no internet service. I can't check anything. So I get back to the studio, and of course I was it was fine. Everything was fine. It rebalanced. It was, whatever.
Makes me feel slightly better that I'm not the only one who does that kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just in that point of I just took a bunch of fun stuff off the table. So now when you look at, a big market day, it's kind of well, it could have been better,
So I can't look at those returns, man, because you're not going to do anything different. I've told you this before. Even when I was accumulating, I wasn't looking at those numbers.
Yeah.
I just don't. Yeah. It's just a different mentality.
That's funny.
I do wonder how you think you'll feel 30 days from now. And is this just a recency thing that has it kind of weighing on your mind? And 30 days from now, you'll be like, oh, this feels pretty good. Or if the market goes bonkers, are you going to think about it from those terms? What's your prediction?
Yeah, that
crystal ball.
I see the market going up. I was like, well, I didn't hit the top of the market with that. That was dumb. I think Laura had the most grounding advice for me. And she said, look, this is not an abnormal thing for people in our position to do. Have a more conservative portfolio. And a lot of people would look at a 70-30 allocation and say, well, that's not that conservative really, and if you look at the difference between a 70 and an 80 and a 90 portfolio, the risk is a lot different. But the returns they're not huge. Oh, compounded over time. Sure. I mean, I wouldn't want to do this early in my accumulation phase, but that's not where we're at. And I have to always remind myself of that. It's if I look at a target date retirement fund, for 2024, it's not 100% stocks. Definitely not.
And it's going to be more bonds than you want to have, because
it's 60-40.
Right. They're modeling a 30-year retirement, right? And you're thinking about at least 40. So makes sense. There are an awful lot of people, a lot of compatriots of yours who have, simple portfolios, or lazy portfolios, as many call them, and have been doing it for many years.
Yeah.
And they're very successful.
It's where you want to put your time, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. Right. And some people love obsessing over their portfolio and making small changes and really understanding the ramifications of X, Y, and Z options. And then there's the rest of us who don't. So
I just don't want to get it wrong, real colossal way.
That was Jack Bogle's whole idea, right? Don't touch it a lot, because you're going to make mistakes and you're going to incur costs that you wouldn't have to otherwise. Let's just keep it simple. Follow indices and a few funds, and you're good.
Don't just do something, stand there. Isn't that what he said?
Yes, that's right.